identify three issues that act as a barrier to access to schooling in Vanuatu. First is money, second is disability, and the third is geographical island remoteness without distance. First, concerning other boys and girls did not have the opportunity to attend school due to lack of money as Vanuatu. Schools are not free. The strategy in labor mobility in Australia, and last is the agricultural market access program. For free education, this is a recommended strategy for free education as Education Act of number 9 of 2014 in Vanuatu outlined that the principal objective is to eliminate educational disadvantages such as economic, social, geographic, gender, or ethnicity, and to assist children to achieve full educational potential. Second is concerning the strategy in labor mobility. This is an agreement on closer economic relationship of person class, and this program is vital as remittance from the seasonal workers benefits families back at home. And lastly is the horticultural and agricultural market access program, the Bama Plus, and this is a very important program that will benefit the majority of the people living in the rural Marau to access income, especially by exporting their products such as yellow manioc to Australia through the Bama Plus agreement. As recommended strategies in
There's a choice we make. We saving our own life. It's to make a better day, just you and me.
Disability is one major barrier in Vanuatu when looking at gender and access to schooling. Parents who have disability children find it very difficult to send their children to school because there are no available learning that suits their children's learning needs. There is no national sign language and there is no access to braille and other tools. The Vanuatu curriculum also does not cater for a range of learning needs. Most teachers in Vanuatu do not know how and what to teach in an inclusive classroom. So, as shown, is some of the classrooms that teachers do not acquire proper training of inclusive education. In addition to that, there is lack of inclusive training and teacher support, and teachers do not feel confident to teach with a disability. This results to poor academic performance of children with a disability and even causes children to drop out of school. So you can see from the slide, we have some of the children that decided not to come to school. because of improper training that is provided by the teachers in the classroom. Well, despite the challenges, the following strategies can be implemented to resolve the issues. Firstly, improve the curriculum to be more inclusive. This strategy is important because it will change the mindset and attitude of neglecting children with a disability and also minimize differences between students and others for children learning needs. Secondly, another strategy that would improve barriers of disability is there should be more training that is given to teachers on inclusive education and special needs. This strategy is important because it helps inclusive teachers to construct an inclusive classroom, setting that is open, flexible, and it is in line with the needs and characteristics of each student.
The 10th barrier to gender education in Vanuatu, geographical and remoteness, weather and distances. In Vanuatu, the geography and island remoteness, weather and distance were barrier to gender education in Vanuatu. The physical geography of the island of Vanuatu and how islands were scattered from each other makes it inaccessible for many children living in most remote islands of Vanuatu, not attending schools. Okay, these two diagrams shown illustrate how island remoteness, weather and distance makes it difficult for students to go to school, especially in islands like Pama, Marau and Urbi. Furthermore, with the mountainous islands, poor access to road, across the valley, the rivers, floods during rainy season, and bad weather or sea conditions during windy days, normally experienced in Vanuatu, causing majority of students from not going to school. As Vanuatu is vulnerable to natural disaster, movement of children to school is more restricted in many remote communities, especially during rainy season. Well, these two diagrams show especially on the island of Sando, the largest island in Vanuatu, especially during bad weather, heavy rain is almost experienced there, even with a longer distance, which usually stop many children from attending schools. Another diagram shown which also illustrates how the overflowing of Sarmet River, Guzman's Bay River, Marit River, even the mighty Pantumo River, which also stopped movement of students at Rensari College from going to school at the beginning of the year. The Vanuatu government also find it economically challenging to improve roads infrastructure due to wide dispersion of island, few population, steep landscape, limited fresh water and no resources available for infrastructure. Okay, a diagram is shown there, especially on the remote islands of Vanuatu, especially in Futuna Island, the province. The government find it very difficult to build school town there. However, we also have some strategies that can be implemented to resolve this issue, especially in the most islands of Vanuatu. Firstly, we need to build most boarding schools in most remote islands of Vanuatu to allow more students to travel to school at the beginning of the year and reside in school and continue the studies without being left behind academically or educationally. At two diagrams shown illustrate a newly built classroom in South Malibula Secondary School that has been officially declared opened by Honorable Prime Minister Poplokman on 15th of April 2022. Those classrooms funded by the World Bank. Okay, second most important strategy is the implement online learning courses through modules and Google Classroom. The online module or web-based schooling is important because it allows students in most remote schools in Vanuatu to pursue their studies using internet without traveling a long distance, even to part with a condition or attending class in person. Okay, a diagram shown below is a good example of a school, Sanoi School. He was privileged to receive 20 full set computers from the Chinese Embassy through Sanma Education Office and former look and feel Lord Mayor Mr. Peter Patti. Okay, another diagram is also showing students from North College who have been taught how to access the notes and assessment through the use of modules using the smartphones. Okay, in conclusion, from the strategies that has been discussed earlier, we believe that those strategies will help improve the barriers to gender and access to schooling in Vanuatu.